Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of writing linear equations. This is standard A.2C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 1 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a table that just has three different coordinate pairs, x's and y's. We need to write a function that best represents this relationship. So let's see if we can find the best match for our answer selections here, right? And hopefully we're noticing that if we look at that linear equation section, and I'll also open up my graph draw feature here. So we notice that all of our answers are in that slope-intercept form. Right, the y equals mx plus b. So that's what we want to look like when we are solving for our answer, because there's our y, there's our m, and there's our b on all of these. Now, if we don't remember, we've got an m right there, slope of a line. So we can immediately look for the slope of a line. Remember, it's the change in y over the change in x, the rise over run. So we get to supply our own x's and y's, and it really doesn't matter what we do. So let's just make this an x1. Now the only thing is you need to match the x1 with the y1, and we'll make that an x2 and a y2. All right? So let's just plug it in to find our slope. So our y2 is 7, y1 is 10, and our x2 is -2. Minus, and then minus -4, right? So that's going to end up making a positive, right? Those two negatives make a positive. So you're going to get 7 minus 10 is -3. -2 plus 4 is going to be 2. So we get a -3/2, okay? So I'm seeing that right here on A and B. And if you're wondering what if you chose different ones, you know, let's make this our x1 and let's make this our x2. Right? It doesn't really matter. You're going to get the same thing. There's our y1. Let's make that our y2. So we could just double check that real quick. So 10 minus -5. And then we've got -4 minus 6. So that's going to be adding, that's going to be 15 over -10. Guess what that reduces to? Simplifies to -3/2. Slope is a slope of a line. Okay, so we're looking at A and B. Now, how do we find this plus B? There's no B over here defined for us, so we just need to know that the B is going to be our y-intercept. Okay, so when x equals 0, okay, then y equals B. So look at this right here. If I were to make that a 0 right there, well, that would cancel out the m, and it would just be y equals B. So sometimes they'll give you a 0 in the x. And if they give you 0 in the x, whatever your y is, that's it. They don't, so we're just going to do a little substitution. Okay, we're going to select an x and y coordinate. I'm just going to use those two right there. So I'm going to substitute them in right there. Okay, so the y equals mx plus b. You can do this with any of these coordinate pairs. My y is -5. My x is going to be 6. We found our m is -3/2 plus b. So what are we doing? We're just simplifying, solving for b. Okay, so -5, and this is going to be -18 over 9, or this is simply going to be -9 plus b, or you could have simplified it like this. Either way. -9 plus b. Now we need to use our properties of operations to isolate that b. Right? So we know that we can add 9 to both sides. And if we do that, we will isolate that b. That goes away. b equals, let's see, it's just going to be a +4, because it's going to be 9 minus 5, basically. So we've got this y equals mx plus b. That b equals that +4. And our answer here is A.